Hi everyone, long time no see. This is Ripper of Ripper Gaming, and of course we've got to show you the unboxing of the Nintendo Switch 2. Walmart actually delivered it from the local Walmart to my house. They didn't ship through UPS or anything like that, and they delivered it in this bag and even gave some treats. I don't know if this is what they're doing for everybody, but I thought this was kind of cool, so I wanted to show you before I do the unboxing. So if we look at the bag, inside of it, I'll just show you inside, but go ahead and pull things out so we can see what we have here. So we have a can of Pringles limited edition. That's pretty cool. Give you some snacks because I know you're going to be gaming. We also have a Coke in here. So no, that is not my real name, but yeah, so that's nice. They give you a drink and some Pringles there, and then see, pretty sure this is, yeah, just the Switch in here. So I'm gonna get this over to my desk and then we'll switch over to that view so we can unbox it. Alright, so now we're back on the desk here. We're gonna go ahead and unbox this. Looks like it's kind of just in a bag here. Not the easiest to open, but we'll get into it. To be honest, I don't know how they got that in there. That was pretty tight in that bag. So here we go. Got our Nintendo Switch 2. We've got the Mario Kart bundle. So let's see. Pretty small box. I mean, I guess that's to be expected. Feels close to the size of the previous one. As far as box is concerned, it's a little taller, more square. But all right, let's see. Looks like we've got some tape on here. So we're gonna open that up. Alright, so let's see. Got some instructions right when you open it. Let's see, obviously AC adapter, telling you to set it up. Pretty standard stuff. Tells you a little bit about how to open the or detach the controller on there as well. So we'll go ahead and grab these here. That feels pretty solid. A lot more solid than the previous controller, so I'm honest. Go ahead and get the red one out. You do have a little bit of color here, and you can tell once they're out, but once they are connected, it's gonna look like a black device. I think it would be cool to have the color maybe on the controllers like the previous model. And this just, for all intents and purposes, looks pretty much like a small tablet. Go ahead and pull that out. You can see color-coded on the edges here to match the controllers, and on the bottom here we've got our USB-C port. On the top we've got power, volume, another USB-C, actual headphone jack, and then the game card area. So it's easy enough to get open, and I don't really have fingernails, so if you don't, at least you can get into it easy enough. Alright, let's put that to the side, see what else we have in here, any other goodies. So we have a Mario Kart World, so you've got a scratch off download code, so I can show that. I'll scratch that off later and use that. Standard stuff, HDMI cable. Looks like these are the mouse connectors if you want to use the controllers as a mouse, and I also have the little lanyard if you are going to use them for motion, that type of thing. I think that's it for that. This should be the controller puck. Let's see, does that go on pretty easily? Oh, that's nice. It just, yeah, that just kind of pops right in there. Yeah, and it's solid too. Like it doesn't pop out accidentally. You see these little buttons here. You just hit those to release the magnet. It comes out quite easily. So I gotta say, I like that design. That is pretty nice. We have a USB-C cable. I don't know what type of power that's rated for. Small device, I'm gonna guess somewhere around 45. Let's see if this says anything on it. Bring it up here. I'll try and read it. So it says up to 60 watt, it looks like. So yeah, 15, 27, 45, or 60. So I'm not sure if it charges all the way at 60, but the adapter looks like it at least covers that. And you know, I'm sure you can use any USB-C cable. I don't know if there's anything proprietary about this or not. And then the last thing we should have is the dock here. Now, very similar to the old dock. Obviously rounded edges, so it looks a little bit different. Get USB-A on the side here. I'm going to assume this pops open. Okay, it completely comes off like the other one was connected. So inside of here we've got ports for AC adapter, HDMI out. It's got LAN on it. That's pretty much it. Not a lot to say about a dock. Just pops back on pretty easily. So alright, so that's it. I'm going to probably get out my old switch and compare them, and so I'll be back in just a moment. Alright folks, now we're going to go over the size comparison between the original Nintendo Switch and the Nintendo Switch 2. This is the very first one that ever came out. I got it on launch day, so we'll go ahead and take them out and put them over here so that we can compare the docks first. So as far as the docks are concerned, this one's actually plugged in. So but if you see, I can kind of put it over top of it. The dock is just slightly larger. Let's see if we can turn it this way. You can see it's a little bit longer. It's about the same width. It's almost exactly the same width, to be honest. So it looks like they're pretty close, but you know, very similar, other than this one's rounded. It says Switch 2 on it, obviously, but not a lot of differences there. And so we'll go ahead and put this over to the side and push our dock out of our way. And then this is our original Nintendo Switch. So this is the first one that came out, not the OLED, not the Lite. And then this is the Nintendo Switch 2. So just kind of right here you can see size difference between the whole thing. The screen is almost as big as the original Nintendo Switch. I know there's some black space here, but yeah, that's quite a bit larger there. So alright, now I'll go ahead and show you, if you're not familiar with the original Nintendo Switch, you have to push this button and slide the controller up like that to get it to come loose. Some people have issues with those over time. Mine is in pretty good condition still, so not too many issues here. Now this one has a bigger button on the back here, so you see, you just push that and you see what it does there. It just kind of pops loose. So it pops that loose like a magnet, pretty easy. Well, like a magnet because it is a magnet, but yeah, so that seems to go together pretty easily. So I definitely like the design on this better, and the kickstand on this, I know it was improved on the original Switch, but the kickstand design is much nicer. On the original Switch, it was literally just this little bar here, and that bar is kind of hard to get open if you don't have nails like myself. So you know, I don't honestly use it because it's kind of a pain, but this one is real easy to get into. See, it's got a whole space here. You can easily just fit your finger in to pull it open there. So I do like that as well. And there's your size comparison. If you have any questions about it, just put them in the comments. Alright, so I decided I'm going to go ahead and plug this up and just kind of go through the setup process so you can see it. And just in case people are wondering, I do have this Anker USB charging station. This will do up to 140 watts for my laptop, but it will show you the wattage. So I'm going to go ahead and try that to plug in, just in case you're wondering if you can use something besides the standard plug that came with the device. So I don't know if we'll be able to see it or not, but if you can look at the charger there, it shows it's pulling right now around 32 watts. So it does show it's actually providing about that much charge. Now it might be able to take more when it's running on the dock or when it is actually playing. But right now it's showing that I need to connect the controllers on the screen. So I'm going to go ahead and grab those off of here. See right there on the side, they're not too bad. Just have to get used to where they go. So we're going to go ahead and get those connected now. Let me straighten this back out here. I don't know if you saw that, but it shows when you get connected here, the color of the controller just got connected, so that's kind of cool. Trying to angle this so my lights don't hit it. Go through standard setup. Let me go ahead and connect it to my Wi-Fi. Not that y'all are around here to get connected, but for privacy, I'll pull it off screen here. Standard connection, just like you would see on the original Switch for connecting to the internet. And of course it's going to do its day one update. Usually they show Chicago for where I'm at. Oh, there we go. Chicago. Alright, just kind of basic stuff telling you how to use the system, how to use the stand. Obviously, that's on the back. This stand's a little different than the previous one, but feels pretty sturdy. And it says you can now connect the AC adapter to the top of the system. It's just referencing the fact that there are 2 USB-C ports on here, and I am using the top one right now, and it seems to be working fine. Let me go ahead and check. It looks like right now it's pulling 37 watts. Kind of walks you through detaching the Joy-Cons, which we've already done. Those are pretty simple. Oh, it wants you to actually release it so that you, like, it's telling you to release both of them. You have to go through this to move forward. I can't move forward. Okay, so it's kind of walking you through this. So I'm going to put it on the stand here so you can see it. And tell me to use the right controller to move forward. You want to connect to a TV, we'll do that later. I don't really need to cover the attachment guide. I think everyone's pretty familiar with that. You know, that was the portion that I showed you earlier. Go ahead and show it again real quick. Where these can connect and act like a mouse if you want them to. I'm sure there'll be some games that take advantage of that. I'm going to go ahead and skip that. And then we'll do our update. So this will be interesting. I wonder how big of an update this is, how long it'll take, how good the Wi-Fi works. I do have Wi-Fi 7 here. I don't believe this is a Wi-Fi 7 chip. I think it's Wi-Fi 6E. So we'll see. Give it a sec. I can always fast forward this if it takes a while to update. I assume it's updating. It just went dark. Oh, that was very quick. So you can transfer data from your Nintendo Switch to the Switch 2. Okay, well, I do have a Switch, but I had pretty much wiped it out so that I could sell it, and I guess I will just go ahead and not worry about the transfer because you know, I don't have something to transfer at this point. And so we can log in our user. I'll go ahead and do that. I'll log into mine. Okay, good. Looks like I can do it through QR code, so don't have to share information. That's nice. Let's give that a try here. And I'll pull that off real quick. It shouldn't matter. These are generated randomly, so, but doesn't hurt to hide it for a second. So there's my Ripper account. Is it okay there? All right. We're not going to add any more users right now. I'm not going to worry about parental controls, so I can skip over that. This does say if you have one of the new micro SD Express memory cards, insert it so I can get it loaded. Now, if you're not familiar with it, you can't use a normal micro SD card like we use for any of our other handheld systems. This is a new type of memory card. It is the same size, it looks the same, but it is much faster. Whereas your other memory cards go around 100 megs, this one goes, I think, around 800 megs. So make it much better for loading, playing games, that kind of thing. I do have one, but I don't happen to have it open at this point. So I'll probably make another video just showing you how to do this if you buy one later and you didn't do it through part of this process. So for right now, I'm going to skip this. And it says we are complete. Oh. Okay, we need to go to the home. So we can go download games we might already have on our account. You know, this is where if you got it with the digital version of the game, you'll scratch off the code and go add that. So I'll do that off screen here. But yeah, that's just initial opening and basic setup. And you know, I'll probably show some comparisons between the original one at some point, and you know, see if there's anything I might need to do a video on to help you with any of the setup. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments and I can try and make some other videos as well. Thanks for watching, y'all. Bye.